I was sitting in the back of the police car with my hands cuffed tight, tears just streaming down my face. I was really scared. I've been picked up for crimes before, but every other time my mama would come and pick me up and get taken home and get a stern lecture. But this time it was serious. I tried to get real low in the car so no one would see me, but every time I got lower, it smelled like piss and feces, because I know there's a whole lot of other bad men that had been in this car before me. When the car pulled up in our neighborhood with the blue lights flashing, I knew everybody in the neighborhood would be coming out just like rats to cheese. Something happening, they gonna come and look, see what's going on. When he got out of the car, started knocking on my mama's door, everybody was looking around. When my mama came out in her flip-flops and her house coat to see what's going on, more people came out. When my mama beat my butt with that switch for I don't know how long, everybody was looking around there for sure. I didn't go to jail that day by the grace of God, and by even more grace no other day, because I still did more wrong in my life. But I wasn't done with my troubles just because I got out of that situation. From being this close to flunking out of high school, to actually flunking out of college, to joining the Marine Corps because I had no other options, to fighting in a war that I never understood, to living on public assistance for far longer than I even want to admit. I have had my share of troubles, enough so that I should even be standing here. I've done so much bad that I can't tell you, that I don't even, people don't know what you did that you don't get in trouble for. You just got away with it. They only know about the stuff that you got caught doing. So I've done my wrongs. I knew I needed change in my life, but I wasn't ready to change. I seen opportunities that said, Edward, you need to make a change. First time I was in boot camp, in the corner, pissing in my boots, because drill instructor said I couldn't go to the bathroom. And we had just mopped the floor, so if I screwed up and peed on that floor, it's gonna be hell to pay. Second time I realized I knew I needed to make a change was when I was on a Saudi Arabian desert floor, cold as can be, middle of winter, in a 2-man tent in a sleeping bag, looking up at the sky, can't see stars, all I can see is smoke, trying to figure out what am I doing here. So I knew I needed to make a change, but I wasn't ready yet. And the same way I know I need to make a change is some of you in the same manner. If you got that job that you don't like, instead of complaining to your coworker who is just as unhappy as you are, and all they're doing is helping you be angry in their misery, because they're not going to help you, they just don't want to be alone. In the same manner that you're spending time with Mr. or Mrs. Wrong, because you just don't want to be alone, you're holding up a spot for Mr. or Mrs. Right. They can't get in because somebody else is in that spot. See, I knew growing up in Southwest Atlanta, I didn't have a lot of options. Typically, selling drugs, go to jail, or die trying. And I was too small to go to the penitentiary because I was going to be bent over every night in jail. And that was not where I wanted to be. But I stand here today as a speaker, father, coach, and as my wife reminds me, on my third marriage, the best and last one. See, I understood that change had to happen. And it takes some time to get to that point to understand that you have to make a change. I got to my bottom and then rose up. In the same manner that each of you have to decide, where's your bottom? And you got to make that change. You got to get to that point and say, today is the day. I'm going to do what I have always said I'm going to do. And I'm not going to be afraid if I fail and go backwards. Because you know what? You get another day. You get another opportunity to restart. And that's the piece that we have to always remember. The next day is a new opportunity to restart. I made my mistakes. I failed on 2 marriages. I screwed them up totally on my own. I own that. That is mine. And I paid for the divorces. But here I am today in a different place, a different man. And you, and all of you have the opportunity to make that change with the class that you're sitting in right now. Don't just go home and say, this was real nice. I love what they talked about. But don't do anything about it. You got to be willing to make that change. It's not about where you started. It's not about what you were doing before you got here. It's about the change that you're willing to make today. And that's what I'm expecting each and every one of you to do. Start today and make your change. Thank you.